The people who built these pews paid homage to Christ, but also left a surprising trace of another African religious past, Islam.
This is Arabic type of writing.
It's amazing that it survived.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure that if Christians knew that it was a Muslim, they would have just painted it over. Or something.
Maybe. Those who also wrote this, they may be Christian themselves. But for them, religion is a continuity. Different ways of maybe worship, but it's the same God, the same principle. And it was written to be a legacy for the future generations.
All right, everybody. Of course, you know, this is Bishop William Brown here. I'm sitting here with the director of the First African Baptist Church, the world famous First African Baptist Church. Everyone knows the background. My family, as well as Dr. Kelly Richardson, our family is a part of this history, great history of the church. And I think I want to also thank Pastor Curry for sitting down with me and us having this conversation. This is a great brother. And so let's jump right into it, Pastor Curry. The first question I want to talk about, you know, everybody knows about the PBS documentary. That was a big deal. A lot of people talked about it from both sides. You know, you had some people, even some of the Baptists that I know, hit me up and say, man, what's going on? This sounds a little crazy here, what they talking about. But I got a chance to speak to the producers of the PBS documentary, and they shared with me some things and whatnot regarding the church and their conclusion and things with Arabic and things like that. So what was it when they shared with me? They said it was kind of an uproar when they was filming, they had to stop. So you want to kind of go into the uproar of what happened and who was a part of it?
Even before we go there, we had actually had members of someone from the church take pictures of the pews, and we sent it around to a lot of what's the terminology, people who study linguists,
right?
Translators. To first of all figure out, you know, if it was Arabic, and if it was, what did it say? Many were like, it is Arabic, but it's a earlier version of Arabic that we do not know. So Boubacar, who was from I think West Africa, was able to him and someone else were able to actually translate what it was. And so we brought him down, and as we were filming, there was another woman who is a member of that church who was saying, no, that is Hebrew. So she believes it's just it's a cursive version, there's such a version of cursive back then, of Hebrew.
We had another executive director, whereas originally the whole PBS interview was supposed to be done by our executive pastor, which is, call his name, Reverend Marco George. Reverend Marco George was in negotiations with PBS, and there were certain things that PBS was planning to say. They had their agenda set forth before they even got here. They already had their scholars, everybody, dates, times that scholars would come. There wasn't no previous research. There was just PBS in their plan. But Marco, Reverend George, was having an issue with some of the stuff that they wanted to do. So therefore, he kind of put them on the back burner. They reached out to other people, not calling other people's names, but they reached out to other people. And other people decided that, well, we'll take it out of his hands and we'll pass it on to who was the current executive director of George Lau Visions. And so the current executive director went with the game plan. They came in, this crazy part is I was out doing other stuff, and I just happened to come here, didn't even know that they were actually coming. So when I showed up, asking questions, and then so I went upstairs to listen to interviews and what they were talking about. And then they were saying, they were bringing this trained Arabic professor from Harvard in, and he was gonna, talk about the pews. And so, I took it upon myself to ask him a few questions beforehand. So when I asked him questions, and I said, well, we've had Jewish individuals come in and actually have transcribed this pew over here, just based off of a eye shot, not necessarily taking, anything back to a laboratory, dissecting it or anything like that. And so, based off of the information that I received from that gentleman and Miss Karen Wortham, the information that she had received as well, she's our church historian. So, I asked her to come because I knew that there was going to be some stuff. So therefore, they went ahead and started producing. And I was like, well, why is this gentleman here saying that this is going to be Arabic or this is Arabic and all of this stuff based off of the information that we've already given you? Aren't you here for the truth? Oh, yeah, we're here for the truth, but, we're going to meet with him. And so then, that became a back and forth between me and the producer.
So when you say back and forth, it sounded to me, they told me it was kind of a heated exchange in a way.
Well, it was heated because I got heated. And I told him, I said, no, I said, for you to come and you're going to make this an international thing. And now we have an international audience. We have people that come from all over the world based off of the history in which we give to the public. I say, so now you're telling me that an Arabic professor makes it eye shot, has not been here more than 10 minutes, just got off the plane, but he can explain everything that happened here culturally. I said, no. I said, and as far as I'm concerned, y'all should be done filming. And you should leave because I don't appreciate, what's actually going on here.
Off the slide, won't the buy, why is why? Joe is right, watch us all, stand in line, forward slice up a devil's spine, forward slice up a devil's spine, forward slice up a devil's spine.